Good morning. And we are getting into our Fit by 15 full body workout. So today all you need is your kettlebell or equivalent. If you need a chair for support along the way, that's fine. Grab it, have it stand by. But in the general scheme of things, we don't need our chair. So just get yourself set. We'll let a few more people come on. A little bit of a glitch to start there with my microphone, but hey, look, that's live for you. So we'll just let a few more people come on, and then we'll get going. Say hello when you come on. Just let us know you're here, and then we'll get cracking into the session. So just need to mute myself there now because I can't stand the sound of my own voice. All right, so we're going to be focusing today on the posterior. It's going to be predominantly on the hinge. You're thinking deadlift. We're thinking clean. We're thinking snatch. And we're going to be throwing some rear lunge in there and a little bit of overhead work as well. So just take the time now to get yourself set, get your kettlebell or equivalent, and we'll get going into the session in a few minutes. So just let a few more people come online. So wakey wakey, Wednesday morning, and if you're watching this on record, give us a comment below. Just let us know how you're getting on, or how you got on with the session, shall we say. And any feedback and input is greatly appreciated. All right, couple more seconds. We'll let a few more people come on. All right. Okay, guys, let's get into this. So we're just going to start with some lunges. We're just going to get that movement pattern going. Nice and slow, mobilizing the ankles, the knees, the hips. Working our way up the body, front and back. Taking our time. Remember, this is the warm-up, so it's all about bringing the body up to temperature. We don't just go straight in. That's when you end up injuring yourself, pulling a muscle, tearing tissue, damaging joints. We don't want that. Okay, so from here, we're now going to go into a hamstring walk. So we're going to stop lunging, feet hip width, reach down, tip your toes, walk your hands all the way out into a high plank position. In the high plank position, go into a push-up. You can use your knees for the push-up, that's fine. Then walk your hands back in, tip your toes, and then walk them back out again. So remember, with your push-up, your hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Your fingers are splayed. You're using the whole palm of that hand to push yourself away from the floor. And you're squeezing those abs to keep the hips in line with the chest as it comes off the floor. Okay, so one more rep. And then we'll get ourselves into Russian baby makers. So I'm now going to walk my hands in. I'm going to spread my feet even wider. Sit myself down into a squat. Push my knees out with my elbows. Hook my fingers under my toes. Raise my hips nice and high. And then after 3 seconds or so, sit my hips down as low as I can. Keep my fingers under my toes. Keep the knees pushed out with the elbows. And then let's raise them up again. And then back down into that squat again. So it's 3 high, 3 low, thereabouts. And then I like to shift the weight left and right, just to emphasize one hamstring or one side more than the other. And just make sure everything's nice and stretched out. That's it, good stuff. Couple more reps. And then we're gonna do our best breakdancing move to get ourselves on our backs. Okay, onto your backs now. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, driving through the heels, get those hips nice and high. So today is all about the posterior. So it's all about the back of the body. We're talking hamstrings, glutes, core, lats, traps, delts, rhomboids, all those muscles all the way up the back of the body. We're going to be hinging. There's going to be no squatting today. It's going to be focusing on single sides, right and left. And then towards the end. Okay, so let's get one leg off the floor and really isolate one side more than the other. About 4 or 5 reps. And then change to the other side. Go for about 4 or 5 reps. Again, nice and slow. There's no need to go fast in the warm-up. So every 4 or 5 reps we're changing between left and right. Save all that tempo and that energy for that tempo for the session when it kicks off in a couple of seconds' time. So we're going to start with a staggered deadlift. So a staggered deadlift is a regular deadlift, but one foot is just in front of the other, just that little bit. So it takes more of the pressure. So we're going to have the bell in the right hand and the left foot is going to be in front slightly for a staggered deadlift. And that's going to be the first 35 seconds. And then we're going to build on that movement pattern into the clean. And from there, okay, up we get. And from there, into a rear lunge. All right. So if you're not ready, get yourself ready. Get your water, get your kettlebell, get your space. If you need a chair, because you want to stay or scale your deadlift, that's fine. Have your chair nearby. Otherwise, we are going in 10 seconds time. So stay with me, guys. There's no need for crazy high tempo today. 10 seconds, grab your bell. 5 seconds, hold it in your right hand. Left foot slightly staggered in front, feet hip width, and let's hinge. So we're going to focus on that left foot driving into the floor. Shoulders are back, chest is out, head is up. So we're constantly squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're constantly squeezing the ab muscles, and we are concentrating on driving through the sole of that left foot. So I'm sticking my butt out the back like a slingshot. 7 seconds. Next exercise we're going to go into is the clean. We're going to keep the feet in the same position and rest. Okay, in 5 seconds, we're going to clean that bell from the floor to the chest using those same hip movements. Let's go. From the floor to the chest, and then back down to the floor. So we're just putting a little bit more emphasis on the explosive nature of that clean. We're trying not to pull with the arm. We're trying to drive that bell away from the floor so aggressively it keeps traveling to the chest. And the arm just steers it into that little nook of your elbow when it's up under the chin. 5 seconds, and then we're going to tack a rear lunge onto that clean and rest. So next time that bell comes up, that right knee goes to the floor into a rear lunge. Let's go. Up to the chest, right knee goes down. Stand back up with the staggered stance and repeat. Chest to rear lunge. Back to the floor, start again. Chest to rear lunge. 20 seconds left. Focusing on the hinge, then the power into the floor, and then the drop of the knee onto the floor behind you. Break it into its component parts. Build it up from there. 3, 2, 1, rest. We're going to carry on with that. When you're in the lunge, you're going to do a halo rotation. Let's go. It's all the way up. Knee is down. Full rotation around the head. And then stand back up, repeat process. We're just adding a little bit every time. That's getting really gnarly on my left hamstring and butt cheek. 15 seconds. And remember, if you're struggling, just scale it back 1 step. So the halo rotation just goes to the rear lunge goes to the clean, clean goes to the deadlift. And rest. Change hands, right foot in front. Just regular deadlift. Let's go. Our right foot is now in front. Our stance is staggered. We've still got that hip width gap between the feet. We're driving the floor away through the sole of that right foot. Got 15 seconds left. And then we're going to bring it up 1 level to the clean. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest 5 seconds. We're now going to stagger clean it. 2, 1. Let's go. From the floor to the chest. Back to the floor to the chest. Good stuff. So remember, if you have any problems or any questions, feel free to stick them up in the comments section. Let us know how you're getting on. Driving that floor away through the sole of the foot. We are bootstrapping our way up through the movement pattern till it's more advanced. We're going to tack the rear lunge on after this. 3 seconds left. 2, 1, rest. Okay, we're going to go clean to rear lunge. And let's go. Clean it, rear lunge it, stand back, stagger deadlift, and go again. So we've got to really focus on keeping those abs tight, keeping the shoulder blades back, keeping the chest out. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. And then we got one more step, and it's going to be adding the halo rotation to the rear lunge when it's finished. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, halo rotation's being tacked on. Let's go. All the way up, knee to floor, rotate around, and then back to staggered standing. Take your time. The amount of movement required in this uses pretty much every muscle in the body, bar the chest. For some reason that halo rotation doesn't feel right. So I gotta slow down. That's better. The technique. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, left foot in front again, bell in the right hand. We're going into our staggered deadlift. Let's go. This time, we're gonna snatch the bell. So the bell is gonna go straight up above the head as opposed to the chest. So we're gonna bypass that chest and go straight up above the head. And you can tell by my breathing, this is tough. So keep moving. 10 seconds, you should be very conscious of your left hamstring right now, left butt cheek. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, same staggered stance. This time it's a snatch. Let's go. From the floor, straight up above the head, back to the floor. And don't be afraid to take that extra second at the bottom to set the posture. And then visualize the lift before driving through the sole of that left foot to get that bell skyward. 15 seconds. And then we're going to be tacking in an overhead rear lunge to the equation. Keep those abs tight. Remember, you drive with the leg and hip. Rest. Okay, next time it goes above the head, we drop the knee to the floor. Let's go. Snatch it, rear lunge it, stand back up, bring the bell back down. Snatch it, rear lunge it, knee to floor, back up, bell comes back to the floor. Got to maintain that posture on the shoulder blades. Got to keep that ab squeeze. And if you're struggling, just regress down one step to the previous exercise. And rest. Next time that we're into a lunge position, we then pump that bell skyward. Let's go. So it's snatch it, lunge it, pump it, stand back up. Snatch, lunge, pump, stand back up. Keeping the abs tight, keeping the focus on the basics first, and then we build up, we build up through the system. Ignore that last one. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, we're back to left hand holding, right leg staggered deadlift. Let's go. So before you know it, we're gonna be done today. So stay with me. This can be massively exhausting in only 15 minutes of work. But it's also massively rewarding because the amount of muscle that you've got to recruit in every movement you do here. 10 seconds. It's going to be a snatch next. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 second breather. Staggered stance, then snatching. Left hand, right foot in front. Let's go. Back to the floor. Reset. Drive the floor down. So when we are finished this left side entirely, as in we've done the overhead press round, we're going to go back through all of them One more time, 30 seconds on each. Sorry, 35 seconds total. So it'll be 18 seconds each. One more time. 4, 3, 2, time for one more and rest. Okay, we're gonna bring that rear lunge into play now in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Snatch it, rear lunge it, stand back up, finish it. Move with focus and deliberate patterns. Keep the emphasis on the core, on the sole of your foot, and on your shoulder blades staying back. Keep the width on the feet, because width on the feet equals stability. And rest it. We're going to bring the pump when your knee is on the floor. Let's go. Snatch it, lunge it, punch it, finish the lunge. Back to the staggered stance, and then we go again. Full range of movement on the knee to floor, and full range of movement on the overhead press. 10 seconds, then we're gonna switch hands, and we're back to staggered deadlift, left foot in front. 3, 2, 1, rest. Switch hands, left foot in front, staggered deadlift, right hand holding. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna switch hands and feet halfway. So we're gonna go through this one more time, switching at the halfway mark. 2, 1, switch hands, switch feet, keep deadlifting. So in 15 seconds, we're gonna go back to the right hand, and it's gonna be the staggered deadlift clean. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the split on the right. We're now gonna clean it, left foot's in front, right hand's on the bell. Let's go, up to the chest, back to the floor. Drive that floor away aggressively. That bell comes up due to that expulsion of energy. 3, 2, 1, switch hands and feet, keep cleaning. It's then gonna be the rear lunge after this, and it's gonna be on the right side again. 8 seconds to go. Squeeze the abs. 3, 2, 1, switch back. Clean to rear lunge, right hand on bell. Let's go, clean it, rear lunge it, stand back to staggered. That's it. 10 seconds, we're changing sides. We're gonna keep it as seamless as possible. 2, 1, change hands and feet. Still cleaning on the left with the lunge. And if anyone asks what you did this morning, I did deadlift for 15 solid minutes. 3, 2, 1, back to the right hand, left foot in front. When your knee is on the floor, it's a halo rotation. Let's go. Clean it, lunge it, halo rotate it, and then stand back tall to the staggered stance. 6 seconds, we're changing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands and feet. Still the same movement pattern. It's just the other side now. And if you're watching this on record, feel free to scrub forward and backwards. Okay, back to the staggered deadlift. Right hand. Let's go, just the deadlift. Left foot's in front. Right hand's on the bell. It's gonna be 6 seconds and we're changing hands again. Hamstrings and glutes. And change hands, change feet. Keep deadlifting. Think of those hips as slingshots. We're almost there. After this, it's going to be snatch on the right hand. 3, 2, 1. Back to the right hand. You're going to snatch it in 2, 1, stagger deadlift and into snatch. Then back to the hinge and snatch. I always try to refer to the deadlift and hinge as the same thing equally. Try and kind of blur the lines between those two names. And switch hands, switch feet. Let's go, left side snatch. Oh man, this is getting tough now. I gotta really concentrate on driving that floor down aggressively. 5 seconds and we're back to the right, and it's gonna be right knee on floor. And rest. Back to the right hand, snatch it and rear lunge it. 2, 1, let's go. Snatch it on the right, right knee to the floor, stand back up to the staggered stance, go again. Oh. That's it. Man. Almost home, guys. And change sides. Oh. Trying to get that knee to floor every time. 10 seconds. And then we're into the last pair, right and left. It's going to be the press to the head, overhead. And rest, switch. Back to the right. When your knee is on the floor, it's an overhead press. Let's go. Snatch it, lunge it, press it, back to standing again. And repeat. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Last 18 seconds on your workout, guys. Stay with me. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Okay, 162 for the heart rate. Okay, well done, guys. Told you that would hit your posterior hard. So that is everything. Hamstrings, backs of the thighs, up into the glutes. Glutes into lower back, that's core. That into middle upper back. Lats, traps, scapular. Everything up the back of the body. And that heart rate, wow, that's still high. It's still in the high 150s. So control your breathing. In through nose, out through mouth. If you're going to get some extra in to complement this session, I would suggest getting a cardio session in, because a cardio session will just maintain that nice high heart rate. And we have already hit the full body, literally bar the chest. So some cardio and some push-ups, and you are quids in, full body session. Okay, if you're still with me, that was a sneaky one. It was a sneaky one. You can tell by my breathing. Okay, feet nice and wide, bend the knees, push the hips back, drop the backs of the hands to the floor, control your breathing in through nose, out through mouth. And just with every exhale, we try and relax the shoulder blades more and get heavier on the body so we sink into the stretch more effectively. So like I was saying, and like I've been saying since the start, that session literally targeted every muscle group in the body bar the chest. So if you want to complement this session, do some cardio along with some chest work like push-ups, and you've done literally the whole body. I'm only starting to sweat now because the body's only getting a chance now to rest. So, as with everything, find the level that works for you. So as we worked up through the difficulty levels from the deadlift to the clean to the rear lunge to the halo, if you find maybe the halo is too much, just keep going with the previous round. The aim is to keep the body moving in the zone that it can work best in. And once you see a breakdown in technique, then it's time to dial back the tempo and the movement pattern until you have it down properly, and then slowly from there, a little bit more every time. Okay, so from there, turn your toes to the right, drop your left knee onto the floor, 2 hands or 2 elbows on top of your knee, and just tip that knee forward. We're looking for a stretch on that hip flexor. And again, in through nose, out through mouth. Relax the body down and forward. Stretch out your hamstring, stretch out your glute, stretch out your hip flexor. And breathe and sink into that session, or into that stretch. And that's how you start hump day. With intent. Okay, change other side. Left foot in front, 2 elbows, 2 hands on the knee, tip the knee forward. Feel that stretch come on the right side. Relax the shoulder blades, let the body sink into it. And we're not pushing into a stretch. We're just falling passively into a stretch. Whew. So if you're watching this on record, give us a comment below. Give us a like, a tag, a share, a wave. Let us know you're there, how you got on with the session. Easy, medium, or hard. How you felt after it. Okay, back to center, standing up. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And that is your hump day session, guys. That's your Wednesday done. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you tomorrow for more work. Well done, guys. Have a good day.